Honestly, this is probably the best thing that came out of my Berlin Marathon experience. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Runna, your favorite local running community. I'm Juliana. Here we are again. We are bringing you back a classic on this channel. We are doing Shoe Eating Monster. Nom, 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 nom. Chewy is very excited to be back, like officially for this episode on the channel, because I have something that I brought back from Berlin with me that honestly has been a freaking workhorse, and we have gotten it to 50 miles. So here we are to do a review for you of a shoe from the Berlin/the UK, because it's a Decathlon brand shoe. But before we get to that, 2 reminders, please and thank you. 1, subscribe to the channel so that you can be part of your favorite local running community every week here on Runna. And also a reminder that I am running the London Marathon for Team for Kids. So if you'd like to donate, you can find that link directly below. All of that money goes directly to Team for Kids. None of it goes to me. So go ahead and donate as much as you like, and you can be like, wow, I'm only funding kids. Juliana's on her own. Oh boy. Okay, my friends. So this week we have a shoe that I picked up while I was in Berlin. I knew that this brand of shoe existed, and I knew that you can't order it in the United States. So I went specifically to the Decathlon store, which is their like sporting goods store. It's not just running, but they actually have like a pretty good variety of running related items. Like I was really impressed. And the nice thing about it is like it's all reasonably priced. This shoe, I believe I paid about like $50 US for. This is the shoe that we're going to be talking about because this is the JF190 grip or Jogflow 190 grip. I don't really know what any of that means, give or take, but this shoe is a shoe that it's technically like a road to trail shoe. This is one of those hybrid shoes, and I picked it up because I'm always on the lookout for a shoe with better grip on it. I'm always on the lookout for a hybrid shoe. I am the champion of the road to trail shoe. I think it's a fabulous endeavor. I think it's a hard thing to hit the exact nail on the head with. We picked up these bad boys for about $50 US. I picked up the black on black on black on black on black edition. So they had like 2 different color options, and I know that I'm a messy human. So we got the black on the all black, like fully black colorway. This is a shoe that they have targeted for people who are beginning running, who are looking for that kind of road to trail shoe, or just don't really know what surfaces they're going to be running on and just want to pick up being a runner on the whole. And I think that that's a fabulous thing. I think this shoe can do exactly that for you. Standout features of this shoe for me. 1, it's got a nice wide toe box. But I will say this is a men's shoe. So the ladies' shoe was not as wide. I would say like average with toe box on the ladies from what I saw. But the men's shoe that I picked up for me and my wide foot is very nice. I'm really enjoying that. I got a nice like toe splay. That is really nice. That is great. Second thing, these lugs, man. These are like oddly aggressive lugs for, I feel like, a road to trail shoe, and it can definitely manage some trails. The grip on the bottom is definitely better than most road shoes, but it's not trail. It's not Continental. It's not Vibram. It's not Puma grip. It's fine. It's passable. I would honestly put this traction in the same category as like the Lone Peak from Ultra, honestly, if we're going to be realistic about it. But it's got really big lugs on the bottom. It's got really big lugs, and it definitely is grippy, which is really nice, especially as we're heading into the colder months here in Massachusetts, where we start getting like ice and some snow and just things being wetter in general. It's definitely nice to have that extra grip. And anytime I can have traction, I'm here to have some traction. This shoe is also pretty stable. The way that the traction on the side comes up, you can see right here, is definitely interesting. It like kind of like curves up into the side of the shoe on both sides. And I think it provides it with like a little bit more stability. And it's just a shoe that's not super high off the ground. This is like a very average height shoe. And it's not really going to give you that max cushion experience, but it's definitely going to give you, I think, a good experience. The foam in this shoe is a EVA. I don't know what that is, but EVA is more of like a bouncier foam, so that's great. We love that. And this is like an averagely bouncy foam. It's not a dead shoe. You're not putting it on and you're like, oh my God, I'm doing all the work in this shoe, but it's definitely nothing like a carbon plated shoe, or even some of my favorite shoes like the Nova Blast, things like that, that just have a little bit of a springier foam to them. But it definitely is responsive, and it definitely is really nice, and it's got a nice smooth ride overall as well too. I was trying to think of what other shoes this kind of reminded me of, and to be 100% honest, it kind of reminds me of like a baby Puma Forever Run version 1. So a little bit like closer to the ground than the Forever one, a little bit less spring back from the foam than the nitro foam that Puma uses, and also just a little bit less stable just because it is not that bathtub style foam where you have the foam in the middle that's softer and the foam on the outside that's a little bit harder. This kind of has that going on in a weird way with the outsole and the inside, but I don't know if that's on purpose or not. But it definitely is a good shoe. I would not take this shoe on technical trails. I don't think it has enough tread and grip for that. But when Ben and I have been running around the bog or things like that where the ground is a little bit uneven, it's a little bit of a slipperier surface, like you just want a little bit more traction, or I've largely been running on these in the road, like these have been great. You'd think these are 3.5 millimeter lugs. Again, I've named this Dr. Teeth on my Strava, because I'm like, why are the lugs so aggressive for a shoe that I think is supposed to be a road shoe from all the things I read on the Decathlon website. It's a very pleasant ride. I can definitely see a lot of people getting along with this shoe very easily and also being happy about the price point. Again, this is not available for purchase in the United States, but this is a shoe that's available if you live anywhere there is a Decathlon store, largely in the UK / Europe / Germany / anywhere else that's in Europe. I have no idea why I said UK first. It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. I think it's a great beginner shoe. I will say, so here's its like biggest standout feature to me. So like I said, I've reached 50 miles in this shoe. Me and the shoe, we've gotten to know each other really well, right? Let's look at the bottom of the shoe on my bad foot. This is my good foot. Just for reference, I normally wear down this part of the shoe very quickly. Let's take a look and see what we got. Look at that. Look how that looks like almost unused. I like almost don't believe that, but there's like a tiny sign of wear. Like if I look like really closely at it, I can see there's like a little bit of slanting happening here and a little bit of slanting happening here. For 50 miles for me, this is almost unheard. This is like Puma level right here. This is wild. And for $50, like, I mean, sign me up. I definitely need a second pair of these, but too bad I live in the United States and I'm not going back to Europe until I go to London back next April. So maybe I'll be going back to the Decathlon store. Okay, I'll be going back to the Decathlon store when I go back to London. But this shoe, honestly, workhorse shoe, and especially for like $50, how can you go wrong? If you're someone who lives in Europe and you're looking for a shoe that's just gonna be like a great everyday trainer, a little bit of bounce, not too much. A little bit of stack, not too much. Fair amount of like lugs, but you can't really feel them, and a decent amount of grip, but not too much. And also like a good dose of durability. I feel like this shoe is an awesome option for you. And I would totally be buying more of these if I could. So that's that. I'm going to give this shoe a 9 out of 10 shoe eating monsters just because I'm very impressed with the durability and I just like the shoe overall, and I think it's a great entry point shoe for price, for value, for durability, and also for the features you're getting out of the shoe. So if you are someone who lives in any of the European countries or any other countries that have a Decathlon store and you can get your hands on one of these bad boys, I say for the price it's definitely worth it, especially if they're on sale during the holiday month. I don't know the Decathlon sale calendar. I think this is a great option for you. I'm definitely going to keep using mine. We'll probably get a 100-mile, 200-mile review out of these bad boys, I'm anticipating. Let me know down below if you guys have any shoes from Decathlon that you bought that you really enjoy, or some other budget shoes that have really just served you well and you feel like are great options. But that's going to be the end of today's shoe eating monster, my friends. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that way you can become part of your favorite local running community every week here on Runna. And don't forget that you can donate to my Team for Kids charity foundation. Foundation. Yeah, that thing for the London Marathon. And I am just so proud of everyone who's out there. And I love you all very much. And I hope you have a fabulous day. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Nom, 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 nom. Thank you for listening to this episode of Runna. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at Runapod. And you can send us an email at runapod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.